Alright, guys, RW Wrestling Podcast is back again, and we reviewed Slammiversary 2017.
Can we not do TNA shows?
We got one more, and then we got a month of Rumbles, don't worry.
Hey, look, at least this one was better than the last one.
Parts of it.
There wasn't a bunch of filler promos.
Yeah, so I'm pretty much not going to say a word the whole show, right? Alright, cool.
We get to talk about Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah, I do, don't I? He doesn't say much, though. He's a non-factor. I'll tell you what, is this, so they said this show was 15 years in the making. Is this the 15th Slammiversary, or are they just saying it's
This
15
is
years?
the 15th year of the company.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay. I was like, there's not 15 variations of this episode. I didn't think so.
And I laughed because it's kind of weird because they did the hashtag Slam15, and I made a joke about how that sounds wrong. And then if you actually look up Slam15 on Twitter, half of them are about this show, and the other half are Planned Parenthood ads.
Saying
Really?
don't slam 15-year-olds is what it's saying.
It doesn't, but it's just weird that they associate hashtag Slam15 is in a lot of Planned Parenthood stuff.
Slam 15-year-old, huh, Chris? Is that your way? Is that how you roll?
No thanks.
Good
Okay,
answer.
very good. Good answer.
Good answer.
I gotta wait until they're at least 21 now.
Oh, 21. You raising your standards now?
I want them to at least be in the bar so then I can hit on them.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? You don't go to a bar.
I will start going to bars.
Yeah, you're a little too old to be going to parties now, right?
Yep. So anyways, we opened with...
So the main theme for this whole show sounded like freaking like a Rocky montage. The
opening with that one black guy that kept showing his face.
Okay, so they had the announcer voiceover guy actually be in video presentation, and I thought it was the weirdest thing ever.
It was creepy because he would just pop up randomly. And just they would show like all this old footage. Sting, Kurt Angle, Samoa Joe, and then it would show him.
Yeah, we don't need to see you, dude.
Then it would show fucking James Storm, Chris Harris, Jeff Jarrett, Abyss, him.
Yeah.
Then it would show new TNA stars, Eli Drake, EC3, Chris Adonis, him. It's like, God, stop.
All right. Well, before the show started, they had a little earlier today segment where they see Lashley and Alberto El Patron walking into the building. Okay, I know they're the champs. Why do they have to wear their belts in public? We know you're the champs. Come on, this is a pay-per-view here. Come on.
Because you don't know they're the champs, Albert. Duh.
Duh, yeah, but we know you're the champs, so duh. Don't need to freaking show. It just doesn't make any sense. No one walks around with their belts in public. At least you shouldn't. It looks stupid.
Dude, so if you were a champion, you would totally go to Target with your championship belt.
No, that's you.
No, I wouldn't go to Target with it. I go to Walmart because they're at least classless.
Class.
Fair enough. All right. And then we find out that both of the regular play-by-play guys are being replaced by two other guys because the first two guys are wrestling that night. Jeremy Borash and Matthews are going to be in the ring, and then some officials are introduced. I don't know who they were. I didn't really care.
It's like the president of New Japan or Pro Wrestling Noah, the president of AAA, the president of another Mexican Lucha Libre independent promotion, and then Ed Norholm, who's like the CEO of Anthem, which owns Impact. But then we see the owl randomly fly too.
What's that?
We saw an owl fly on the television screen. Did you see that part randomly?
No.
They opened to that narration video, and then they just have an owl that just flies in and it perches itself on the turnbuckle, and it's like, okay.
No.
So we have a Fatal 4-Way match for the Impact Tag Team titles and the GFW Tag Team titles. LAX versus Naomichi Marufuji and Taji Ishimori.
Was that first one a word?
Yeah.
Okay.
Versus El Hijo del Fantasma and Drago. Versus Garza Jr. and Laredo Kid. First off, Albert, what did you think about Drago's gear?
He was the guy as like a purplish looking Brutus the Barber Beefcake kind of thing.
No, he was the one in the red.
Yeah, in the red. I don't remember anything about it other than it looked like it just reminded me of Brutus Smart Beefcake.
How did that remind you of Beefcake when he had the red attire with a very long ass blue tongue?
Beefcake.
Oh, okay. Well,
he's supposed to look like a dragon.
I guess I missed it. I guess I wasn't paying attention. I'm talking about when he took all that shit off.
All right.
I don't know. I guess I don't know.
So at the very beginning of the match, Fuji and Santana have some really good combos. Fuji does a really cool super kick to Santana. And it's like a reverse super kick.
Yeah, it was weird looking.
It looked really cool, though. Ishimori does a springboard senton to Laredo Kid. Garza Jr. does a nice arm drag over the top rope to Ortiz. Drago does a really awesome head scissors to Garza. Phantasma then sends Drago onto Ortiz and Garza, who are outside of the ring.
And here's where they do a bunch of spots over in that side of the ring.
LAX does a nice cutter powerbomb combo to Phantasma, which they called the Street Sweeper, which is not correct.
No, when they did do the Sweet Sweeper at the end, they didn't call it the Sweet Sweeper.
Yep, exactly.
Street Sweeper.
LAX did a leg drop combo to Drago. Laredo Kid and Garza Jr. did a neckbreaker slam combination to both members of LAX. Fuji and Ishimori did this weird combination where they did like double knees to Garza, which was pretty cool. Phantasma then launched Drago outside of the ring to do a DDT to Ishimori.
Yeah, that was like a shatter machine kind of position where he had didn't he have Drago up in the shatter machine because Drago was holding himself up via his opponent's neck, and then Phantasma had Drago by the head. Then he just tossed him off, and then he did DDT. Is that what you're talking about?
Yep.
Okay, because there's this ways I'm trying to describe this in my notes. I'm like, I gotta ask you guys about some of this stuff. It was really weird. What do you call this? I have no idea.
So then, at this point in time, Phantasma, Santana, and Garza all do a triple moonsault to different people on the outside and inside of the ring. Garza then launched Diamante onto a bunch of people outside the ring because she tried to get involved.
Yeah, and then instead of pulling him back down, after hitting the move, instead of pulling Garza back down like she was trying to do in the first place, she just got up and celebrated doing the move.
Then Phantasma did a really cool spinning package pile driver to Santana.
Yep, looked really good.
Then Garza launched Diamante again onto Ishimori. Then Homicide hit the Gringo Killer on Garza on the apron. Drago did a Tornado DDT and a corkscrew plancha to Ishimori. Laredo Kid does a top rope Spanish fly to Santana. LAX then does the Street Sweeper to Laredo Kid, and LAX win the GFW and the TNA Impact Tag Team titles.
Whoa.
So the winning move, it looked like a blockbuster powerbomb. That's the Street Sweeper?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Because earlier they said it was Street Sweeper, like you said, and then that move wasn't called the Street Sweeper. So these announcers are dumb. First of all.
Well, Robert Flores is the one who called it the Street Sweeper, and I don't think he's literally watched the product before that show.
Did you throw your pen?
Not during this moment.
No, he didn't throw his pen until later.
I know, I'm joking.
I actually enjoyed this match. I have very specific things to complain about in 3 different matches.
Yeah, this match is one he has nothing to complain about.
Yeah, because it's Lucha rules. You can't complain about anything in this match. Anything goes. And that was the first thing I wrote down to remind myself that this is going to be a spot fest, and so get over it. So.
If you were a racist, so I'm going to clarify, if you were a racist, you would be very upset with the lack of white people in this match.
Black referee, 2 Asians, and 6 Mexicans.
Wow, I didn't even give that a thought.
It's like WWE. Put them all in the same match.
Yeah, like New Day.
Put them all in the same feud.
They did it in the main event, too.
Yes, they did.
Okay, so speaking of the announcers, around 5 minutes, I forget what part of the match it was, but one of the announcers says around 5 minutes, and he says, I feel like this is just getting started, and I said to myself, well, yeah, because it is. So, what are you talking about?
Oh, I like at the beginning of the match, they go, You can get in the ring and get out of the ring. That's how it works. I'm like, what the fuck are you trying to say?
Yeah, like it was like all the spots look good. I don't think anybody really fucked up. It was funny though. The ref was just standing there. Like I was like, okay, he's trying to like get order. Like, dude, what are you even trying to do? Forget about it.
Oh, I said the referee was terrible. There was one moment where I think it was like I can't remember who it was, but they threw his teammate over for like a dive, but he almost completely didn't throw him hard enough because they were trying to like teamwork it.
I think that was Ishimori that was getting tossed by Fuji.
Yeah, and he almost landed on the apron, and the two guys who were supposed to land on moved forward to make sure that they could take the move.
Yeah, which makes sense. That was a botch, but it wasn't bad.
Yeah, I had a hard. This is one of those matches I would have needed audio notes, but since I was doing this at like 2 in the morning, I would have woke back up, so I kind of had to write it down as best I could. Which is why you're the play-by-play guy, Chris, and I'm just the guy who like does the color, I guess. So, I don't know.
And I just blurt out random shit at random points in time. So
Yeah.
I start talking about matches we don't talk about for another 45 minutes.
Yeah. And so it was hard for me to keep up as who was doing what for the most part, but there's a bunch of good double teams. Like LAX was doing some good double team maneuvers, and Laredo and Garza were doing some great ones. A really cool double super kick. How often do you see a double super kick hit the guy at the same time, where you don't see a difference from foot to foot?
Not often.
Not often. I was like, okay.
The Bucks try all the time.
What's that?
The Bucks try all the time.
Yeah, but like, the Awesome Chance broke out a lot because like these guys were hitting all the moves. They were, and it didn't look like it was 2-2 contrived. Although it's a spot fest. I wrote spot fest like 10 times to remind myself this is a lucha libre match. Just to, I'm not trying to like, get all annoyed with either the non-selling or the non-tags or whatever. Yeah, this match was fun. I enjoyed it from beginning to end. I gave it an 8 for what it was.
I gave it an 8.
Was what it was.
I gave it an 8 as well.
Yeah.
Eight's around the board.
I would have given it a little bit higher, but there was some sloppy spots. I mean, there were sloppy spots. Something where I think Drago fucked up something. Like he was supposed to come off the top rope. I think he stumbled off the top rope and missed a leg drop or something.
Well, same with the first time Garza threw Diamante. She kind of messed that up a little bit too, or whoever's catching or something.
Yeah. And also, you could see towards the end of the match, you could see some guys are just standing there waiting for their next spot.
I saw
that.
Yeah, I saw that. Like, which one of those 3 guys I see outside the ring are going to come break this pin up?
The fun.
Yeah, I saw more Fuji's just standing there, like, looking at the pin, like, dude, get in there.
The funniest thing is Legend going, oh, they're going to do Jim Ross's favorite spot, and Drago goes and hits only one person.
Yeah, I kept waiting for, like, 7 of the 8 guys to get together just so they could
And they didn't do it.
I didn't even get that a thought. Like, yeah, you're right, though. They didn't have, like, the 8 guys or 7 guys in a bunch, and then one guy does a moonsault on him or something. Yeah,
but I do think the triple stereo moonsault spot was a little too much.
They didn't do the fucking Tower of Doom?
No, they didn't. You're right. Yeah. Wow. I'm blown away. I didn't even notice that.
They weren't overly contrived in this show. This match.
Not really. Not in this particular match.
All right, so after the match was over and LAX wins, Kone has a little poetry class. You want to hear what the poem was?
Yes.
All right. Now, the first line I might be butchering because I couldn't tell what he said. I think he said the first line was serious like a leg period.
Like a late period.
Yeah, I don't know. He said leg period, right?
It's supposed to be late period.
Yeah, he said late period.
Oh, late. Okay, gotcha. So, okay, serious like a late period, on point like a decimal, and we are that blue pill. That's why we stay so damn hard. Like, oh, jeez.
We stay so hard like that blue pill.
Yeah.
So he's talking about Blue Chew.
He also put down the line there's going to be another member of LAX being, to arrive at some point. So he's look out for that, and then they left the ring.
They should have debuted this person.
All right, now you got to watch the show that we give away for free for that.
Yeah.
Hey guys, this is a good time to talk about our sponsor, Blue Chew.
We're not sponsored. Stop doing that. They can sue.
Call it True Blue then. True Blue.
The Blue World Order.
All right.
True World Order.
Any thoughts on this particular match, Legend, that you haven't mentioned yet?
No, it's probably my match of the night, though.
Definitely mine, too.
For various reasons that I would explain later.
All right, Albert, so we had a backstage segment. Who was back there?
We had Joseph Park and Jeremy Borash. Jeremy Borash, it gets revealed to Jeremy Borash that the match is now a no DQ. The match between him and Park versus Steiner and Matthews.
They
is
can
now
have
a
their
no
hands
DQ.
tied behind their
And he
back?
freaks
They
out.
have both their
And he
hands
freaks
tied behind their back?
So why does Borash freak out? It actually aids him to be in a match that's no disqualification, so he can like use weapons and shit.
Yeah, but he's
like,
afraid of
kill me,
Steiner.
kill me. Yeah, well, I mean, Scott Steiner, the guy can barely walk. So I mean, we'll
And
talk about
apparently they can barely drive either, but we'll get to that.
Yeah.
But yeah, because Jeremy Borash goes, "What's the stip, Park? Is it they have one hand tied behind their backs? No. Do they have two? No. Even
Better
better.
than that.
No disqualification." And then Borash goes, "What?"
And then he says, don't like something about relying on old friends or something like that.
Yeah, he goes, "Don't worry, old friends will help you," or something like that.
Yeah, Park says, "Don't worry about it," because I've always lived by a mantra that says, "Don't be afraid to rely on old friends." And so
I knew it was happening the moment he was even in this match. Like,
yeah. Then after that, we had a Moose video where he talked about being grand champion, and that moves right into a hype video for his match with where he tags with D'Angelo Williams against Eli Drake and Chris Adonis.
All right, first things first is we're gonna talk about this. We are outside of the podcast NFL fans, and they hyped D'Angelo Williams like he was an amazing running back. He was good. He was not amazing.
and they also hyped him as he was a current NFL player, which is not true. He was a free agent and hasn't signed with a team since, so he was basically retired at this point.
Had this match occurred in like 2008, you could say, "Oh, he's an amazing running back."
I will say he did a pretty decent job.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're on earlier today segment number 2, where I don't know who the backstage reporter was, though, but he approaches D'Angelo and Moose.
Mackenzie Mitchell.
No, it wasn't Mackenzie Mitchell because that's because
Yeah, this
Mackenzie
one
Mitchell's
wasn't
upset.
McKenzie.
Oh, I don't know who the dude was.
Yeah. Anyway, so he goes up to D'Angelo Williams and says, "How does tonight compare to any of your biggest moments of your NFL career?" It ranks right up there with some of my biggest moments. But this is by far going to be a big moment in my life because I've been there with Moose, and I'm not going to let Chris Adonis or Eli Drake walk over my guy.
Well, he talks about comparing to his first game he ever played in the NFL.
That's what he said.
Oh, okay. Then Moose gets the question of, well, what are your plans for your opponents tonight? Moose says, oh yeah, we got plans for those guys, but you have to see it when the world does. Okay, that's a good answer. And then they walk away, and then they go to the actual match.
All right, I want to talk about this real quick because you'll see when it happens in the entrance, and then you'll see at the end of the match. Why in the absolute fuck is Austin Dillon there?
Who is that?
NASCAR driver, drives the number 3.
Oh, okay.
He's the guy that drives
right.
Earnhardt's old car.
Yeah, no, I remember. I never played him on DFF at all, so that's probably why I don't remember him.
And then you also had Gary Barnage that also did nothing.
I don't even think fucking Austin Dillon raised his arm once in this match, even when they were celebrating at the end. He was just there smiling around.
He did the moose thing once with his
Yeah,
arm.
but he didn't like his hand. His hand never got above his head. He just went moose. I think he was like friends with D'Angelo Williams or something.
So we have Chris Adonis and Eli Drake versus D'Angelo Williams and Moose. So Moose does a nice drop kick and a springboard clothesline to Adonis off the top rope. Drake does a shoulder tackle to D'Angelo Williams because as soon as Drake gets in, he goes, "I want Williams, not you, Moose." Williams does a pretty nice arm drag to Drake. Williams does a cannonball in the corner after Moose does a corner drop kick to Eli Drake. Eli Drake does a stun gun to Moose. Drake does a slam to Moose. Moose does a clothesline to Adonis. Williams does a Samoan drop and a standing moonsault to Drake.
Look great. Good for him.
Williams does like a reverse cutter to Drake.
You're not gonna talk about Drake's fuck up earlier?
Oh, Albert's got that, I bet. Okay. So then, Moose and Williams. So they do a double senton to Adonis. Moose has a corkscrew crossbody to Adonis and Drake. Adonis and Drake do an elbow combo to Moose. For some reason, a table is introduced, and Williams attempts to splash Adonis through the table, but he splashed him on this table.
I'm gonna comment on that double team that they did with the elbow thing. because the announcers try to play it off like Moose was dead to the world at this point because how devastating that move was. And I was like, are you kidding me?
True.
Yeah.
It's Moose. Look at him. It doesn't look like that bad.
Yeah, so Williams was the splash to Adonis on a table. I didn't say through the table, just on it. So
At least he hit him.
D'Angelo Williams and Moose win. What you got, Albert?
Yeah. First of all, and this goes without saying, Eli Drake. Hell yeah. Love
Dummy.
It. However,
Yeah.
Dummy, yeah. However, the first thing I said was like, what, no Drake promo? Fuck this show. Fucking almost turned it off. I'm kidding. I didn't do that.
I almost turned it off after a match later tonight.
It took about like these announcers are amazing because like they called Adonis Masters twice
Amazing.
before they started calling him Chris Adonis. I was like, God, you guys need to do homework.
That was
Dummy,
Robert.
yeah.
That was Robert Flores that kept fucking it up like that.
I don't remember what the Drake botch was. I know I wrote it down. He botched it. I meant to go back and look, but I forgot.
It was something like he was trying to like go from one side of the turnbuckle to like springboard off the other side, and he just fell
Yeah.
and landed in front of Moose, and Moose is just like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. It was. It didn't look good, Eli. Come on, dude. Yeah, boss.
It's impressive that he attempted it, but he just failed.
He almost he could do it. I think he got nervous, but who knows?
I've never seen Eli Drake do it like a real top rope move.
Yeah, I mean, but boss, yeah. So we'll move on from that. I'm gonna call D'Angelo Williams D-Dub because I don't want to call him DW. He looked really good. Like he could be in the ring right now. Like still wrestling. What 3 years later?
Yeah.
He looked really good.
Yeah, for his very first match, that was impressive.
Yeah. I mean, granted, the guys gave him a lot to be able to show off with his athleticism, but he did take a few bumps too. I gotta give him credit. This guy could go with anybody right now. He could be in there in the ring with anybody in either NWA or Impact or Ring of Honor or whatever.
AWA.
I'm not saying he'd be a main event guy, but he could definitely keep up and just have a job there if he ever wanted one. I mean, he looked really good. The backward moonsault, dude, that sold me right there. Like, good Lord, good for you.
All right, standing moonsault.
That was awesome.
Yeah, the standing moonsault, yeah.
I sat there like, what is he gonna do now? A standing moonsault? And then he fucking did a standing moonsault. I was like, okay.
Did you really? So the announcers again says, "Oh look," or I'm sorry, the announcer says the ref has lost control, and I was like, "You don't say." They've been they hadn't tagged in like 5 minutes. I was like, "Well, thanks, announcers. You're doing a really good job of letting me know what's going on." The table didn't break. I was like, "Oh god damn it!" But still, Drake went to the table anyway, so they had a table break. I wonder if Drake was like on the ramp saying, dude, come and get me, put me through a table, come on and do it. Like, I don't know. However, shouldn't there have been a DQ from the ref for using the table?
I don't fucking know. Yes.
If he went through it, disqualification.
Apparently, if you don't go through the table, it doesn't count.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
I mean, they probably would have counted the pin anyways, because rules don't matter, you know.
Yeah, the match was okay. Like, I liked everybody who was in it. So I remember seeing Moose's entrance the first time I ever saw him, and I was like, "This guy's boring." No, this guy's cool. With his little Moose thing, like the crowd loved it, and that got me hyped up for it. So credit to Moose for that.
And those cheerleaders are pretty hot.
Oh yeah, like all 20 of them. This match was neither here nor there to me. It was just there. I doubt it was much of a story besides being D'Angelo Williams' debut. I gave it a 6. It was still fun. It was still just a bit above basic.
I gave it a 7 because I was impressed by Williams.
I mean, but that was why I gave it above 5 because D'Angelo Williams was great.
I gave it a 6 as well. I was impressed by Williams, but kind of lost me when they fucked up names, and then the Eli Drake of all people fucking up his spot kind of bothered me too.
Yeah, and of course no pre-match Drake promo. I mean, that goes without saying. That's a prerequisite to every single Drake match.
I don't know, man. Yeah. One of the ones we watched, it ended up being fucking No Chin.
Yeah, No Chin. That was a riveting match.
All right. After that, we have the wonderful-looking Mackenzie Mitchell in the back with
her face is up here.
With EC3.
Which then you went, "Hi, Mackenzie."
I did. Hi, Mackenzie. How you doing? Hi. Miss you.
Miss you.
Well, hey, I know people.
I'm telling your wife.
The gist of the promo was that EC3 says that there are no
EC3.
real. Did I say EC3 or E3C?
I don't know. I think he's trying to fuck you up.
Okay, EC3, yeah, says that there are no real men in Impact. He thought that James Storm was a real man, but you know what, James Storm, you're not, because you think you're the foundation of this company, and I'm going to tear you apart brick by brick. I'm a Carter. This company needs me. Promo's done. They go to the hype video.
The company never needed a Carter. Let's go with that.
So then we got a strap match between Ethan Carter III and James Storm.
Riveting.
Storm is hitting EC3 with the strap. Storm does a really nice spine buster to EC3 onto the apron. EC3 hot shots Storm. EC3 is choking Storm with the strap. Storm does a clothesline and a neck breaker to EC3. EC3 at this point in time pulls Storm off the top rope with the strap and hits a TKO on Storm. Then EC3 goes and grabs some handcuffs. And he's playing around in the corner with Storm, which then eventually EC3 gets handcuffed to the turnbuckle.
That took too long to set up.
So then Storm whips him in the back 32 times. But right before that, EC3 says, "Eat my ass," and spits at Storm.
So that made me say at the end of the match I was going to show him that video you tagged me in.
So then, at this point in time, the referee, for some reason, unlocks the keys to the handcuffs.
Yeah.
Storm then hits a 1%er on EC3. EC3 kicks out. They go outside, and EC3 takes the strap off. Then he pulls Storm into the turnbuckle. Then they go back into the ring, and the ref makes him put the strap back on. EC3 hits the 1%er to Storm. Kicks out. Storm hits the last call to EC3, which is his super kick.
And then dies.
And then EC3 essentially hits a Tiger Driver 98.
Oh, I don't know what to say. Oh, I thought this was going to be better.
So EC3 wins.
Oh, okay. First of all, going back to what I said about Moose, and the first time I heard EC3 sing music and the trouble, I dig it this time. I don't know what it is about like watching a match. It's like the third time and hearing his music. It just got me pumped up. I was like, okay, I'm down with EC3 now. I'm okay with him.
Hey, the crowd was into that entrance.
I still don't like him.
I liked EC3 in the beginning where he was doing some good heel stuff, being a chicken shit heel by hesitating, getting strapped up, even though he knows he has to. And both guys went strap-alicious over certain times of the match. Like about 5 minutes in, I got to thinking, do you think James Storm was going to do a cane bump? So I was waiting for it, and I'll tell you what it was later.
He did do a cane bump?
Yeah, I'll tell you when he does one. EC3 choking James Storm with the strap was a great spot, but unfortunately, James Storm no-sold it. Like, how do you no-sold being choked for like about 2 minutes? Like, come on, dude.
He no-sold this, and he sold the ending like a fucking...
Yeah, he sold the turnbuckle spot at the end like a boss.
Yeah, I know, but like...
That's not in a good way.
I mean, if you're being choked, you gotta sell it, right? Come on. But he no-sold it. Get out of here. Anyway.
Get out of here.
So the 32 straps will look brutal. I don't know how... I'm pretty sure EC3 looked like a mess the next day, but... Jeez Louise. The unlocking of the handcuffs took about 10,000 minutes. I was getting bored.
What do you think about EC3 saying, "Eat my ass," and spitting at Storm?
I totally missed it.
Yeah, that particular moment made me think of the Facebook video you tagged me in, so I had to show Chris afterwards.
Yeah, he literally screams, "Eat my ass," and spits at Storm, and that's when Storm starts smacking him with the fucking strap a bunch of times, 32 times in a row.
Oh, that went straight over my head. I got the spit part, but I totally missed the eat my ass part.
Probably for the best.
We caught it because he was really loud.
All right, so the cane bump was when James Storm hit the 1%er the first time. When he did the move, he put his knee down. So
dude,
he took the bump on the move that he gave.
No, he hit it, but when he went down to sell the move with EC3, you could see him put his leg down, and I marked out a little bit.
We didn't see that as close as you did.
I was too busy mocking that match. It was stupid.
So we know that Albert pays attention in James Storm matches for the cane bump.
Yeah. The finish was meh. I'm not sure if James Storm really got hurt or not, but they sold it for like over 3 segments, or like 2 segments. He was like.
I would say most likely was not hurt because they wouldn't have let him hit the Tiger Driver 98 for the extra impact because they said he was done before he hit that move. Like they wouldn't have made him hit another move if he was actually hurt.
AKA that's called a Tiger Bomb as well.
Yeah, the finish was meh. I give it I unfortunately, like, I tried to be positive, but I gave this match a 4. The finish was boring. I'm sorry, unexpected and just like unbelievable. Like there's some spots where it was like there's a lot of dead action going around, and I was like, whatever. I gave it a 4, unfortunately.
I'm gonna overall go 5.5.
I was gonna go 5. I was gonna go 5.
Yep.
I downgraded my original rating, so that's fine. But I'm going 5.5 overall. Like they tried, but it just didn't work out.
Yeah, the finish just killed it for me. I didn't think that, like, I don't know, a 4. I'm not going to sit and think about it too much.
No, you're totally justified in your 4 rating.
Oh,
Yeah.
I got plenty of things to talk about coming up.
So then what happened after this, Albert?
All right, I don't know who these were. I'm sorry. I know who one person was. One of them was Dutch Mantel, but I don't know if he used that name in Impact or not.
That was his name in Impact, and it was Karen Jarrett.
Oh, that was Karen Jarrett? I didn't know who that
Otherwise
was.
known as Karen Angle. Otherwise known as Karen Jarrett.
So Mantel's on the phone, and Karen Jarrett walks up to him, and he's like, what do you want? I'm looking for Bruce, whoever the fuck that is.
Pritchard.
Bruce Pritchard.
Bruce Pritchard. Okay, she's looking for Bruce Pritchard, and he's like, I haven't seen him. And she's like, we got to talk about Bruce. Okay, we'll talk about Bruce, but I haven't been able to get in touch with him. Okay, we got to talk with him on Monday night. Okay, I haven't talked to him. And he gets on the phone and calls Bruce and leaves the voice messages, and we go to the next segment. Thanks for that one. You know.
Yeah. That to me, that segment was absolutely pointless.
Some of the stuff feels like it was TV, and they just put it on there because they needed.
It seems like it because what's the point of that? They didn't even solve anything.
Yeah, I don't know. Then there was the Josh Matthews and Jeremy Borash feud review via hype package, and after that, I said at the beginning of this match, I thought this match is going to suck, and it slowly changed my mind a little bit.
Oh no, I went the opposite direction because
Right.
I feel like you're going to enjoy all that shit that I hated.
All right, Albert, please tell the public what you thought about that hype package for the Josh Matthews and Jeremy Borash match.
What I thought about it?
Yeah, was there anything that struck you as funny or anything in there?
I've been watching a lot of it when you introduced me to these TNA shows and Impact shows, and I thought these hype packages were really, really good. This one did nothing for me. I didn't care. It's like 2 dudes who are never going to fight. I know Josh Matthews is a former wrestler, don't get me wrong. But don't tell me Jeremy Borash is somebody he cares about fighting. I mean, give me a break. I don't care what they're arguing about. Give me a break. It's so dumb. Like, these guys, I don't care. That's why I thought this match was going to suck.
No, you want to know what's sad? Is the fact that at this point in time, I was actually kind of watching Impact. So I would hear these two fucking bitching at each other like little girls on commentary, and I'm like, fucking shut up.
Right.
You know what happens every time the commentators start bitching with each other? They get put in a main event program.
Well, this wasn't a main event, I'll tell you that. But you had a no disqualification match. Josh Matthews and his tag team partner, Scott Steiner, versus Jeremy Borash and his attorney/tag team partner, Joseph Park.
You almost did it. I heard
Yeah,
it. You
you
almost
did.
called him a piss.
I did almost do that.
Hey, but I gotta think. Good thing it's a no disqualification match because when you get to calling out what happens in the TNA world, Joseph Park and Abyss are 2 different people.
They are.
So that would have
That's
been.
true. Technically, you're right.
So Matthews does a springboard kick to Park. Steiner does a clothesline and an elbow to Park. Matthews does a crossbody to Borash and Park outside of the ring. Steiner and Matthews then chase Borash and Park into the back.
Oh my! God.
Where then Steiner and Borash grab a golf cart, and Steiner keeps calling them fat asses.
Hey, by the way, that word comes out 13 times during
You
this
had
whole
a
segment.
fat asses count? Okay. I can't believe that golf cart moved faster than the Range Rover they stole.
True.
So then Borash and Park literally hide behind a wall and use a fire extinguisher to stop Steiner and Matthews.
And then Steiner
Apparently
thinks the fire extinguisher tastes like fucking...
Tapioca.
Tapioca, yeah.
So then Steiner and Matthews see a guy in a Range Rover pull up, and the guy goes, "It's Big Papa Pump, Scott Steiner," and Steiner throws
That
the guy
acting,
out of there.
the acting you just did was almost as good as the guy's acting in this match.
The guy gets thrown out of this Range Rover, and Steiner and Matthews take the Range Rover and start chasing Park and Borash at like 5 miles an hour, going, run over their fat asses."
It was probably like 2 miles an hour because they looked like they were running in slow motion in front of them, like it was a green screen or some shit.
So eventually they get to this one part where they stop the vehicle for some reason, and Matthews...
They go. Steiner goes, "They're splitting up," so they split, and then they get out of the car, and Matthew's like, "Godspeed."
So Park and Steiner go fight in one part, while Matthews and Borash go to a pool.
They go swimming.
And Matthews keeps saying, "You want to go for a swim, JB? Want to go for a swim? Want to go for a swim, JB?"
I will say Matthews is psychotic in this scene. Not saying it's good. He's just psychotic.
So then Borash throws Matthews into the pool, and then he goes on the diving board. And
No, he doesn't do it. He just jumps from the side. There wasn't a diving board. He jumps from the same side.
Well, he does a senton
And he just...
into the pool onto Matthews, which at this point in time wouldn't hurt because Matthews is under the fucking water.
He just hit the water in front of him. That's all he did.
So at this point in time, you see a fin pop up, and you see Shark Boy. And Shark Boy starts biting Matthews' ass.
Oh, shell, yeah.
Hell yeah.
It literally says that in fucking closed captioning when he's under the water.
Dumb.
Yeah.
So dumb.
Fuck.
By the way, who did JB's little flip-de-doo into the pool? Who did that for him?
Yeah, he used to stuff. They cut from it. It was funny.
It was awesome. So then, James Mitchell is in the back, and he hands Joseph Park the Abyss mask.
Well, first of all, Scott Steiner throws Abyss through like a cardboard door. Or, I'm sorry, like a plywood door.
Oh, that's right.
it.
Yeah.
Then James Mitchell hands him...
And he's just sitting there, and then James Mitchell comes in like, "Mwah," and then hands Abyss his mask. Like it's like a reference to when Kane gets his mask over and over again and turns into the, monster Kane or whatever the fuck.
Well, then Matthews, Steiner, and Borash go back towards the ring.
Hold. Why aren't they wet? Why are they not wet? We're supposed to believe that they literally just came from the pool out back 2 seconds ago.
It's because it was pre-recorded.
Yeah, I got that part. I'm using the stupid wrestling logic about how fucking stupid this is, that they couldn't even, dump some fucking water on them before they walked back up to the ring.
God, good call, dude. I didn't even notice that. Good call.
It's the first thing I saw was, why aren't they wet? I said it 17 fucking times.
He did say that 17 times.
Yeah, you know how many guys come out to the ring with their hair wet, so why not now?
I was like, the only, not... Josh Matthews is sweating, had so much back sweat that it was almost like he was pulling it off, but...
There you go.
They weren't wet at all.
So then...
And it was stupid.
So then Steiner and Matthews are beating Borash, just punching him, kicking him, whatever, all the way to the ring. Then Robert Irvine decides to shove Josh Matthews.
My favorite spot of the whole match was Robert Irvine. Like, what the fuck are you doing there?
Just randomly, Robert Irvine shoves Josh Matthews. So Borash is in the ring, and he does a spear to Matthews. Then Scott Steiner's about ready to put the Steiner recliner on Borash, and Matthews goes, "No, let me do it."
Both attempts were the worst I've ever seen, so it didn't matter who did it.
So Matthews does the Steiner recliner to Borash. Then Shark Boy runs to the ring, and Steiner starts giving him some belly-to-belly suplexes.
Thanks for coming, beer-gutted Shark Boy.
He got paid. Don't worry.
Slim Scott Steiner does the Steiner recliner to Borash.
Jesus Christ.
Then Abyss's music plays. And Abyss does a clothesline to Matthews and Steiner. Abyss then grabs his bag, Abyss grabs his bag of thumbtacks and pours it in the ring and does a terrible looking black hole slam to Matthews into these thumbtacks.
Can we talk about this for a second? Because I don't know if the one that was so bad from the last show, because he barely got him up there, or the one where he literally did the entire move, stopped, turned, and then slammed him.
Well, this will look better than that one, trust me.
I was just saying, it looked pretty bad when he stops at the end of the move, so he makes sure he lands right because he's not a professional taking the move on the tacks.
Then Jeremy Borash has a splash from the top rope to Josh Matthews and also gets his handful of thumbtacks.
I'll give him credit. I'll not give Josh Matthews credit for anything.
So Joseph Park / Abyss and Jeremy Borash win.
Yeah. Well, okay, so Abyss and Jeremy Borash were the faces in this match, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why were they running? Why were they acting like bitches?
Because Joseph Park is supposed to be a non-wrestler, quote unquote.
Yeah, Joseph Park's not a wrestler, and JB is afraid of Scott Steiner.
And he's not a wrestler as well.
And apparently Range Rovers that move at 2 miles an hour.
Because I got a little annoyed / perplexed, but like, who are the heel and faces? Because like people are because like the guys who are supposed to be faces are now running away from the heels, and then I don't know. Anyway, well,
the moment it turned into a cinematic match, I'm like, this is gonna suck.
Well, you know, the reason why Josh Matthews became a heel is this was when he was getting heat for tweeting that he was a better announcer than JR.
He did do that. Oh yeah, oh god. And that's why his background video is just a bunch of angry tweet emojis.
Well, okay. So I believe there was 2 episodes of the big man rule in this match. Josh Matthews twice ran either up to, or I'm sorry, he tried to do a body press to Joseph Park, and I think Park dropped him. And then when both Park and JB were outside the ring, Matthews stuck up to the top rope and tried to do like some kind of like a leap onto Park. Park put a shoulder into him and dropped Matthews like a bad habit.
Good.
Would one of those constitute the big man rule being broken?
One of them does.
Yeah.
The first one, right?
Yeah, at least one of them, yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And Albert, what noise did you hear when Abyss showed up on the screen?
You're gonna make him do it?
I was waiting for you guys to bring it up. Yeah, because, like, you know, when we do the... Yeah, because, like, unfortunately, it was so anticlimactic, it wasn't really that much fun. Because, like, I agree with you, Dylan. There should have been disqualification because Joseph Park and Abyss technically are 2 different people. They're brothers, right?
It's
They're
a
brothers.
no disqualification match,
I
though.
literally think they changed the rules just so they could do all that shit out back. By the way, if you noticed, you knew the match was no disqualification and it was pre-taped and all that shit because there was no referee in sight for the pre-tape stuff.
When the commentary was off at
and
that
the commentary was off. So like,
oh, you're right. It was no DQ. I forgot about
but
that.
it was weird because when they came back to go back out to the ring, there's Earl Hebner following them around.
And you got the commentary back.
Yeah, I want to know who did JB's move because, like, it didn't even look like him. I mean, it sort of did, but it didn't look like him.
You see it because you see like there's Matthews and you see him like start to like do a little mini run and then it cuts to a high far away angle.
Yeah,
It was awesome.
As far as I'm concerned, the Steiner recliner should not be a move anymore. If you can't, like, any submission move like the STF from John Cena or the Steiner recliner, if you can't make it look good or make it look believable, stop doing it.
The only person that does it right now is Miro.
Yeah, until Scott Steiner starts wrestling again.
Yeah, well, I mean, at least Miro makes it look right.
I don't know. The guy started selling it one time before he even had it on yet because Miro missed.
That was awesome.
So yeah, thumbtacks, of course. So every mismatch has to have thumbtacks.
This isn't the only match with thumbtacks.
The only thing that was missing was Abyss taking the bump into the thumbtacks. That would have made this match a little bit better to me because that's like a cliche now at this point.
Well, you got Jeremy Borash with literally at the end with thumbtacks in his hand and he's bleeding from his hand. That was cool.
Yeah.
When Josh Matthews running the tax, I'm like, you fucking deserve that.
Yeah.
And the fat asses count was at 13, you said.
He had to do something to make it interesting.
Despite this match being silly and whatever, I still gave it a 5 because they went out and just did what they were supposed to do. It's not supposed to be like a 5-star classic or whatever. I gave it a 5. It was fine for what it was. I didn't mind it.
I gave it a 3.
It wasn't offensive or anything.
I gave it a 3. It sucked. It was offensive to me.
I gave it a 6 because of how silly and stupid it was.
No, it's because of how this is the kind of shit. This is the kind of shit that JR and Michael Cole should have done instead of having an actual match.
Oh, exactly. I agree with that.
True.
Cornette would love this match, by the way.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? I'm going to give it a 6 too just because of the Robert Irvine spot. I forgot about that.
I'm not bringing mine up. It sucked. It's 3.
Fair enough. I looked at it because honestly, there's no way this tag team match should have ever existed without the pre-recorded stuff to begin with, because that would have been even worse.
Oh yeah. So, no. I'm saying like I probably would have gave it a 2 if this match would have been a normal match.
But since it was freaking hilarious. You had the golf cart spot, the fat asses being said 13 times.
You had the guy in the Range Rover.
I was like, I wasn't absolutely against it until they did the whole 1 minute of him driving a Range Rover at 2 miles an hour, following him down the road.
I know, but still, it is attempted murder, right?
They're like run him over. I'm like, go faster.
You did say that.
It wouldn't be that hard. They're clearly.
Well, and you know what else is hilarious that you guys obviously don't know, but the guy that was in the Range Rover that they stole it from, that's actually a guy that was in a lot of like the Hardys cinematic type of matches when they actually had him in the Impact Arena.
I don't know. He overacted the fuck out of that.
Hey, it's Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner.
Big Papa Boner over here.
He reminded me of that redneck guy from WWE, like in 2002 or whatever it was with Nydia. Who was that guy?
Jamie Noble.
It reminded me of Jamie Noble, the voice and everything.
I don't see that, but okay.
You can keep that one.
My Nydia.
Like, oh look, it's Big Pump Scott Steiner. And then they had this little redneck drawl attached to his voice.
And he had a fucking grin to grin smile.
So like, how do you want me to sell this? Realistically, or the most phoniest thing you can think of? Phony guy.
He had the biggest smile on his face for Scott Steiner of all people.
Now, if he would have did it the other way and just went, oh look, it's Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner, like all not so excited, I would have been like, okay, I got you.
Especially because Steiner's supposed to be a heel.
And then Steiner beats the shit out of him anyway, so it would have made more sense for him not to be super excited about it.
If it would have been a heel, if it would have been like Park, that would have been fine. But he did that for the heel.
Aren't you Abyss? No, I'm not Abyss.
That'd been good. You look like somebody else. Remind me of somebody else. Hey, okay, so before we go to the next segment, while we're doing this match, 2 people came down here because I'm in a room with that's like a quasi library / game room kind of thing.
You're in that room that we were going to record in if we went there.
Yeah, and they came down here, we're looking for books and we're talking. Did you hear any of it?
No, I didn't. I caught like a word, but that's it.
Yeah, okay. I was hoping they didn't ruin the recording too much. They weren't loud. They were just talking loud enough to where like I'm sitting there like trying to. Hopefully they're not talking too loud to where it gets picked up on the audio.
Nah,
I'm pretty sure I would have said something.
Yeah.
We would have been like, tell those people to shut the fuck up.
No. Like, I could stop the edit here and take this whole part out, but I'm not going to because I'm lazy, so that's going in.
Yeah. All right. So we had another backstage segment with Mackenzie Mitchell. Hi, Mackenzie.
Remember me and the bald guy.
She has Alberto El Patron with her, and she asked him like, "Do you think this is going to be one of the biggest nights of your career?" He says, "No, it's not going to be one of the biggest nights of my career. It's going to be one of the biggest nights of my life. I have Mexico supporting me. I have friends and family backing me up." And then when asked about Bobby Lashley's entourage, he says, "I'm not concerned about King Mo in Bobby Lashley's corner because I'm going to have my family, my dad in my corner, Don Caras in my corner."
Dos Caras.
Don Caras.
I'm sorry, Dos Caras.
Don Callis.
Yeah.
Jackal.
I butchered a lot of fucking words. I didn't think I butchered that one, but I butchered the hell out of that one. Sorry.
Jackal.
Jackal. Or is it Jaquel? I mean, who knows? I might fuck that up too. Arguably, Patron's promos in this whole show were good. I liked them. He was a pretty cheesy face when he was in WWE, but here it comes off legit. Like, I believed every word that he said. It's like, okay, cool, let's go.
Plus, there's something that I've noticed at this point in the pay-per-view. They have not done your interview trope.
They don't repeat the question?
They have not repeated the question.
That's true. They have. Like, what are your thoughts and feelings on your main event match? My thoughts and feelings on the main event match? Yes. No, you're right. They haven't done that yet. Although I think it happens later, but I don't think it's really like egregious. Like, I remember nobody else really talked besides Jeff Jarrett the rest of the way, as far as I know.
So then we have a Full Metal Mayhem match promo. Hype package. Davey Richards and Angelina Love versus Eddie Edwards and Alicia Edwards. Or Alicia Edwards.
Okay, before you go forward, this package was really good. I don't know what it was. It got me wanting to see this match. And to me, this match did not disappoint. I'm not saying it was the best match of the night, but this match was fun.
Legend's favorite line of commentary came in this match.
I know what that is.
I'm going to wait to see if you say it or not.
Okay. Okay, wait for me to do it. Okay.
Alright, so it starts off with Eddie doing a toe... Well, actually, Davey and Angelina Love come out to the ring, and Davey and Alicia just attack them before the match even starts.
Very nice. Blood feud. Good job. Go.
Eddie does a tope to Davey.
But then again, that's the faces attacking the heels from behind again.
Alicia does a crossbody to Davey and Angelina Love. Love at this point slams Alicia into a ladder inside the ring. Richards then slams Eddie on the apron. Richards hits Eddie with a kendo stick. Alicia does a perfect plex to Angelina Love onto a chair. Eddie does a suplex to Richards on a ladder. Eddie and Alicia hit Edwards and Love with a trash can lid. Eddie and Alicia end up putting a trash can on the heads of Richards and Love and hit that trash can with a kendo stick. They each have one in their hands.
Is that a concerto?
I don't know what you would call that.
A concerto.
Then Eddie powerbombs Alicia onto Davey Richards, and what is said on commentary?
You put me on the spot. I forgot the line. It's the one about where he says, yeah, that's in the vows. I love you so much, I'll powerbomb you into another man.
Yes.
I mean, you can powerbomb me into another man.
Yes. Well, that wasn't what I thought it was, but that's
the one I loved. I was like, shit.
God. Richards then does a brain buster to Eddie after Love ended up hitting him with a kendo stick on a chair. Love then puts thumbtacks in Eddie's mouth, and Davey Richards kicks him in the mouth.
That's so gross.
2 matches in a row with thumbtacks.
Alicia does a spear to Angelina Love. Alicia does 2 low blows to Richards. One attempted one that didn't really work, and the second one did. Eddie at this point does the Boston knee party to Richards. Alicia does a powerbomb to Love through a table. Then at this point in time, Eddie and Davey are fighting on a ladder. Well, Eddie does the sunset flip powerbomb to Richards through a table off of a ladder, and Eddie Edwards and Alicia Edwards win.
This match was fun. This is except for the first match. This is the best match I've seen since. I'm sorry, this is the best match I've seen since the first one. I don't know what it was. I like this match. It was so much fun. Like all four of these people, pretty much put their bodies on the line for a good little 10-minute little sprint through Full Metal Mayhem. It was fun. I liked it.
I did too.
The most hardcore metal object of all time, the kendo stick.
Yeah.
Solid steel kendo stick.
Okay, so my line of the match was, it's the worst double date in history. That happened right at the beginning.
Yeah,
I thought that was kind of
that
fun.
one too.
He loved the powerbomb one.
It's like, he put it in the vows, I love you so much you can powerbomb me into another man. Just made me laugh.
Yeah. When the table came in and got set up, I was like, crap, I hope this one breaks.
It broke, all right.
Yeah, it broke.
Both of them did. Even the women's table broke.
Yeah, but the men's bump, that looked painful for both.
Oh, because it didn't break like right in the middle. It broke on the side.
No, because Eddie hit it first, so he broke it there, and then as that was coming up and breaking, Davey went through that proper spot.
Yeah, I was like, ba-doom.
I'm surprised none of these guys get like wood shards in their face when they do that kind of stuff. It looks like it's so dangerous, but apparently the tables are gimmicked in a way where maybe the shards of the table like kind of fly away from them, but.
The only serious injury I've seen from a table was Hardcore Holly and RVD.
That's the worst one I've seen.
Was that when Hardcore Holly got the big scratch in his back?
Yeah.
That wasn't a fucking scratch. That was a big old gash.
Yeah, gash.
He wrestled another 10 minutes.
Exactly.
On TV.
But you're right though. That last table shot looked like it could have killed somebody because it broke its part in a way to where part of the table went straight up in the air. And it didn't break away from it. It just stood there like, and I thought if somebody's head goes right into that, dude, your forehead is fucked. So I'm glad nobody got hurt.
Yeah, because it broke. Because like the two legs were still up, but the table parts that are on the legs fell off.
Yeah, that was fucked.
I know. The thumbtack spot was outstanding. I don't know who convinced Eddie Edwards to do that, but okay. I don't know if he shit the thumbtacks about a day or two later, but hey, okay, I bet that was fun too.
Yeah, he shit out the thumbtacks.
Whatever you do, don't swallow when we're doing this.
Yeah, like just don't gag reflex. Yeah, have a gag reflex or whatever please have one.
I don't think those correlate.
I thought that was in the strap-on match.
What show you watching, dude?
Talking Chopomania.
Hey, this match I gave it a 7. It was fun for what it was. I gave it a 7.
I gave it a 7 actually too.
I gave it a 7.5. These women went hard and the guys went hard as well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the guys would get hard watching the women.
And
true.
And it was a blood feud. They started off hot and then they beat the crap out of each other for about like 10, 12 minutes. Good stuff. Thank you.
I mean,
loved it.
Alicia and Angelina Love were certainly hot.
Yeah. And of course, now we know what it's called when you put a trash can on two people's heads and smack them both with kendo sticks. It's called a concerto. So you're welcome. You're here.
A concerto.
RW Podcast original, the concerto match. Bring it. Book it.
A concerto match.
Even though there's no chair, it still doesn't make any sense.
A Ken trash cano? I don't know.
Ken Cano, the Ken Cano match.
that was such a unique spot. I haven't seen them attempt to do two people at the same time.
I know.
You haven't seen somebody do two people at the same time?
Nope.
What are you watching over there? I'm kidding.
I see it all the time.
So then after that, we went to the Low Key and Sanjay Dutt hype package.
No. This is not Low Key and Sanjay Dutt. This is the motherfucking Hitman versus Sanjay Dutt. It bothered me the entire fucking match, and I hated every minute of it.
Well, I'm gonna call him Low Key, so sorry. I mean, like, I like the gimmick though.
I hate it because it's the most uncreative thing ever because it's taking a 20-year franchise and just completely copying it into his wrestling character. It's stupid. He didn't come up with any of it.
Okay, well, then I'm gonna say this: the hype package was good because I got sold for this match with the hype package. I mean, they know how to do hype packages here.
No, the hype package is fine.
I mean, like, I got hype when the Sanjay Dutt was saying I have to win this match, and Low Key pulled out his Booker T saying he's a 5-time X Division champion, and then the injuries. Good Lord, what the f? They were all up in when they tried to relieve the pressure. I think Sanjay Dutt had the eye injury where it was all swollen, and they had to relieve the pressure by like cutting into it so the liquid would come out.
Yep.
They were all. I was like, wow, good for them. I mean, like if I had never seen obviously I've seen Sanjay Dutt before. I've seen Low Key before. I never heard of Low Key being called the Hitman. I didn't know they called him that. So
they did call him Hitman. The character he's ripping off is the Hitman.
Yeah.
Like that's. So you're right.
It's actually Agent 47 from the Hitman series, but.
So, but you're right though. I would hate him being called the Hitman because there's only one Hitman in wrestling.
I said that too. I also said that.
Yeah. I thought they called him the professional in the hype package. Was I wrong? Did I miss something?
The Hitman video game character dresses exactly like this, has the barcode thing, which is only shown in his video package. It literally has the barcode because he has a barcode on his neck.
His Titantron or whatever.
Yeah, the Titantron has the barcode, which is straight from the game, because the Hitman's a bald assassin, professional assassin, who wears that exact suit and has his barcode tattooed on the back of his neck.
The one in the game is taller than Loki.
Yeah, but he's literally the Hitman without the tattoo on his neck. And then they put it in the fucking Titantron, so they literally took all of it.
Okay, well, so with this being the first time I've seen it, I enjoyed it, but you're not down with it, and how come?
Because I played all the games.
Yeah, he doesn't like it because he says it's ripping off the video game character
It is ripping
in a movie
it's
franchise.
It's ripping. It's completely ripping it off. It's not even.
It is, but still.
Like I know, taking popular culture and like using it to better your character, but to be the character is a whole nother thing.
Yeah. Well, like I said, the hype package got me. Like I wrote in my notes, I am ready for this match. Let's go.
And that's also all I'll say about it.
Let's go.
That's all I'll say about it. Also, I think wrestling in the suit was done. All right, I'm done talking about the Hitman stuff.
So we had a 2 out of 3 falls match for the X Division title. Sanjay Dutt versus Low Ki. First off, this was that ugly green X Division title.
Worst title ever. Well, at least X Division title ever.
That design, I just don't like that design with that green. That's gross.
I agree. It's like puke baby food green. Yeah, I'm with you 100%.
Took the words out of my mouth.
But Dutt does a head scissors to Ki. Dutt does a hammerlock to Ki. Does a shoulder tackle to Ki. Dutt does a tornado DDT to Ki, which then Ki drop kicks Dutt. Dutt does a springboard Hurricane Rana to Ki, and then instantly Loki ends up reversing it and does the Warrior's Way and gets the first pinfall.
Yeah, he no-sold the hell out of that to reverse it.
Yep.
Loki then shoves Sanjay Dutt into the barricade. Ki shoves Sanjay Dutt into the turnbuckle. Ki does a springboard drop kick after shoving the ref into Sanjay Dutt. And then Dutt does a moonsault outside to Ki. Dutt does a Boston Crab to Ki. Ki does the Warrior's Way to Dutt. Dutt rolls over the submission hold and pins Low Ki. So that's 2.
1-1.
Ki does a spinning Michinoku driver to Dutt. And then Dutt essentially does a reverse. Well, he does pretty much a moonsault into a fucking Warrior's Way and pins Low Ki.
They called it the reverse Warrior's Way.
I love that finish. It looked really good.
This whole match I thought was good, minus the being slow at the beginning.
Well, sometimes in these matches they have the reversals and they punch each other a little bit and they end up staring at each other. The game recognized the game stare down if they can't gain a clear advantage.
Yep.
So I mean that's all the beginning of the matches, and all matches do that. I have no problems with it. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's like, okay, I know it's coming, I don't care. But these guys made every rest hold during that segment, every headlock, every shoulder tackle, every waist lock. They made it look exciting. I was like, I'm pumped. Let's go.
I just didn't like the rest holds at the very beginning, like before they did all the athletic shit.
Yeah, but to me, they made it look exciting. Like okay, these guys are just making it look. I don't know, they're just making it look good in this match. So, but you're right though. We shit on rest holds like in the first few minutes in matches like this. But for some reason, this worked for me. I don't know why. I have no idea why. So, yeah. So going back to the beginning, did you guys happen to hear a guy try to start a USA chant and get booed?
Yeah, because neither guy is. Technically, I believe from the
I'm
USA.
also pretty sure they're in Canada.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck? so someone tried to start a USA chant. He got like one USA, and then no one followed it, and he stopped, and then people booed the shit out of him. It was great. Like, shut up. The first part of the story was basically they're going to match each other move for move, and then Low Ki lucked his way into the Warrior's Way. Okay, that's fine. Low Ki is a heel. He got lucky. I have no problems with that. The second fall was they both played possum on each other. Loved it because both of them played it off perfectly. Like they both looked like they were hurt. Like even though I knew they weren't. Especially when Low Ki missed the Warrior's Way after he twisted his ankle
on the steps. Yeah.
On the ring steps. Like goddamn, that looked like it hurt. So that was the story of the second fall. And then Dutt lucks himself into a fall as well. So He's a face. He should get a legitimate pin. But hey, look, everyone gets lucky from time to time. So both guys have got a lucky, fluky pinfall. Third fall. But by the way, despite the fact you don't like his gimmick, low-key removed his jacket. Like, I thought that was really good. It's like, I'm not fucking around now. I thought that was really fun.
I'll rate the match accordingly. The whole wrestling in the suit and the whole complete 100% rip-off for the character ruined it for me.
Even though he looked awesome doing it, like, he still didn't fuck up at all, so...
No, I'll send you all the things you need to know exactly why he ripped this off.
Even the commentator goes, he's taking off his jacket now so he can move more freely.
He's got the whole match. Shut up. Okay, so here comes another announcing gem. Okay, so with the black gloves, right? So, like, there's one of the announcers says that, like, the gloves he wears are reminiscent of Ted DiBiase.
No, the gloves are also part of the Hitman character. I said the same fucking thing.
I know, but like,
dumb.
Ted DiBiase never wore black gloves. Ever.
There's that too.
Like, what are you guys talking about?
He didn't in the South or whatever?
I don't think so. He wore regular gear. I don't think he ever wore gloves.
My whole rant here on the Hitman thing was funny because I actually think I looked at Chris saying they ripped off the Hitman thing. Or the Hitman and the Agent 47 look. I'm like, well, at least he doesn't have the gloves. And he fucking had the gloves. God damn it.
He did.
Okay, so the end was low key. I'm sorry. Sanjay Dutt was in the Tree of Woe, and low key pulls his tie. Oh, I'm sorry. Sanjay Dutt is in those Tree of Woe and pulls low key's tie off, so low key gets thrown up the top rope. Then he hits that moonsault Warrior's Way. That's the second time we've seen that spot in this show in the previous show, where AJ Styles did it to Christopher Daniels, right? Is that Christopher Daniels? Where he's in the Tree of Woe and does like a German or something?
Well, that's Petey Williams Styles against.
Yeah,
Petey Williams. Petey Williams, I'm sorry. And so that's the second straight show we've seen where somebody does a cool move where he's in the Tree of Woe, but reverses it off his opponent with a certain kind of way. Like in this case, it was he pulled Loki off the top rope with his tie. And then we get another one in the next match. We'll talk about that one too. So 3 of them. That's really cool. Great finish. I love this match. I gave it an 8.5. It was just a bit better than the first match.
Okay, I gave it a 7.5.
Well, I'm going to steal your gimmick. I can't shit on the character and then give it the same rating as you, so I'm giving it a 7.25.
What? You're using my gimmick?
You stole his gimmick. What the fuck?
Yeah, what the fuck, dude?
I'll take it down. I took it down a half a star for the point. I took it down 0.75 star rating for that fucking stealing of the gimmick. And then wrestling in the gimmick.
So you'd have rated it an 8?
Yeah. Minus the gimmick.
It seemed like the crowd was kind of not into this match as much.
They were into it for the first fall. Nobody reacted to the second fall. I think everybody was a little confused with what happened. And then they got into it again for the ending.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. The second fall was kind of like, oh, it's over? We could know that happens a lot. That happens a lot going forward. So really weird time finishes, but we'll get to all that. I enjoyed it. So like I said, 8.5 for me. It's the best match of the night.
It's definitely the best singles match of the night. These two worked their asses off.
Yeah. Well, the reason I put it over the first match is because I'm not the biggest Lucha Libre spot fest kind of guy, even though I understand it and I can appreciate it.
I love the Lucha Libre spot fest.
These two guys doing it by themselves with nobody else to work with, and there was no bullshit attached to it. Yeah, 8.5. So there you go. I can't say anything else about it.
So then, what did we get after this, Albert?
Sienna Rosemary hype package, and then we go right to the match.
The package was good.
So it's Knockouts title versus GFW Women's title. Winner takes all match. Rosemary versus Sienna. First things first is Gail Kim comes to the ring.
Yum.
Yay! Yeah, he just goes yum.
So Rosemary does a top rope clothesline to Sienna. Rosemary does a side Russian leg sweep to Sienna. Rosemary does a crossbody to Sienna. Sienna does that boot choke to Rosemary in the corner. Rosemary does a head scissors to Sienna on the ropes, kind of like Tajiri or Emma. Rosemary does a German off the top rope to Sienna.
Trevo spot.
Rosemary does a missile drop kick off the top to Sienna. Sienna does essentially the pounce to Rosemary.
Yep. Called it. What do they call it? It was silencer.
Something
They called it a silencer.
Okay. Rosemary does the red wedding to Sienna. Let's see. Then Sienna hit Rosemary with the belt. And then there was an inverted headlock to Rosemary, and Sienna wins because Rosemary tapped out.
Yeah, I didn't. Okay, so there's a lot about this match that's like really like dragging and plotting, and the first like 8 to 10 minutes, or however long it lasted, was like, I don't say it was boring. It was solid. They're both in there doing their thing. A few sloppy spots, not much heat though, unfortunately. Except for when Laurel Van Ness.
Oh my fucking god, Chelsea Green.
Yeah, Laurel Van Ness comes out with KM.
KM, okay, I thought I got that right. And at first, they come out, and Sienna tells them to leave, and they do.
Well, no, Sienna tells them to leave after she does that. Rosemary gets pretty much thrown into Chelsea Green.
Chelsea Green, I'm saying Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green's over there, like, trying to hold herself up on the ropes, facing the crowd, and then fucking here comes fucking...
Yeah, then Sienna gets thrown into her, so then Sienna's like, get the fuck out of here.
They're trying to play that spot of like, oh, she's going to go through the ropes because they're lower than normal, and then she kind of only went like halfway through the ropes.
Instead of Laurel Van Ness, they got to name her Lipstick Van Ness because that looked atrocious.
Like, I know being a severe alcoholic and a drunk, but man, you don't get that bad where you're going out in public. This looks fine.
Courtney Love got away with it, so hey, why can't she? So hey, good for her.
Hey, then the next time that Laurel Van Ness comes out there, fucking then Allie comes and chases her with a kendo stick.
I know. So earlier in the match was the third Tree of Woe spot. Like maybe TNA's trying to go, trying to make like a little trademark with this. So Rosemary was in the Tree of Woe when she Germaned Sienna off the top rope. I thought that was really cool.
That was cool.
So again, another Tree of Woe spot where somebody actually gains the advantage. That's actually unique. Don't do it all the time, but like try to make it going forward. I'm hoping like we see more of that like at some point. So like I'm not every match because we don't make it dumb and play it out, but like it's unique.
How about dumb like saying the fucking spit is fire?
Yeah, we'll get to that. Hold on.
You love that spot.
Oh,
but like
poor Penn.
But like, the match doesn't pick up at all until Laurel Van Ness and KM come back down again. There's literally zero heat in this match. Despite
KM doesn't come back out. Van Ness does.
Yeah, just finished.
Right. And then Allie comes around, chases her around with a kendo stick. At the same time, Sienna does the belt spot. Nice 2 count for that, by the way.
Legends comment about Van Ness running like that is, if she was drunk, she wouldn't be able to run like that.
There's no way you can run like that when you're hammered. You'd be fucking stumbling around.
We've all tried it, and it doesn't work. We know this.
Yeah, we've all done it sober when they put the beer goggles on you to let you know what it's like to be hammered.
All right, so the crowd starts to pick up a little bit. Like I'm actually like wondering if this match is not really that good because if you need outside interference to make your match get over, the match is not that good.
Allie got the biggest pop.
Yeah, Allie.
She did.
Well, yeah, Allie came down to me. Yeah. So then the crowd wakes up, but then it's a really stupid finish because like Sienna covers up Rosemary's mouth to avoid the spray, the mist.
Yeah, the mist.
It out, and it burns her hand. And the announcers are putting this over like it's like crap. She really burned her hand.
That's when I first chucked my pen. I just looked at Chris when it happened. I was like, I didn't say a word. I just went fucking chucked it into the kitchen. He's like, oh, okay then.
He did.
Okay, so then she uses the mist that's the residual, or the mist is on her hand, and it puts it in Rosemary's eyes.
That part is believable.
Because anything in your eye is gonna burn. But.
Yeah, but like Rosemary's played out as a person who's like I don't want to say undead.
She's a zombie. Like, she pretty much is undead. It's Abaddon.
As far as I'm concerned, a zombie should never ever tap out. If you're playing a zombie character, should never ever tap out. I know we're talking about a fictional thing here, but as far as I'm concerned, a zombie should never ever tap out.
Yeah, I also didn't think
she's not a zombie. She's a demon assassin.
But here, what demon assassin's worse?
She's a demon, Albert.
It's somehow worse than a zombie.
That's why she goes. That's why she goes to the undead realm.
But demons can pass out, sure, but not tap out.
Well, she tapped.
Yeah, I know. So that was dumb. At least I thought it'd be better, and again, I'm a novice booker here. Have Rosemary tap out. She tapped out within like 3 seconds. I was like, this is too soon. The match was like.
My point with using, again, back to the whole mist in the mouth thing first, because talking about the fire and it burning. Okay, so she uses the residual mist to burn her eyes, but again, if the mist is as burning power as they say it is, just having it stuck in her mouth before when she tries to spit it the first time would be painful enough.
Yeah,
you can't react to one thing and not the other.
Yeah, that's true. You can't have it both ways. And if anything, you're right though.
And then I chucked my pen again.
Because the commentator repeated it.
Hey, Chris. Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, Jill, here you go. I just chucked my pen too.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
Yeah, so I'm with you 100% on that because like you can't have it one way. You can't have it both ways.
I missed the kitchen, but I got it.
He threw another pen now in honor.
To me, the real heat of the match wasn't until Ali came out, and like I said, I'll give Sienna credit for finishing the match the way she did by taking advantage and sacrificing a body part to retain her to win the titles. But the match itself was like it's like a 4, like because it was nothing until the end. It was a 4.
I gave it. Let's hear Legends rating.
It was a 4. Now it's a 2. I hated that shit so much. I physically did a thing that I never do. I never physically throw things when I'm watching a wrestling match unless it's that done. So it's a 2.
I gave it the standard 5.
Yeah. To me, if Rosemary didn't have to do the mist thing, I'd rather see the mist get sprayed out as opposed to being caught in somebody's hand. Because why do you have it if you're not going to display it at some point?
Pens keep getting chucked around here now.
Yeah, but like, so like I said, the match was paint by numbers. They were just to me, they were just walking around the ring for most of it. At least they had some exciting thing. The crowd got hyped up at the end. It got a little bit of exciting, or else the match would have been lower than a 4. But like, I didn't mind the finish per se. I didn't mind Sienna like winning that way. She's a heel, so she should. But as far as I'm concerned, Rosemary should never tap out. She's somebody who should just pass out. You know, but so yeah, it's a 4. So I don't care.
All right, there's about 15 pens chucked around this apartment now.
It was 5.
Oh, they all stuck on the wall.
Well, 4 of them are by the door. The lowest pen went against the wall because that one was a little heavier.
Yeah. All right, so we have Jeremy Borash in the ring, who actually recovered from his strenuous match.
Now I believe that he's dry, but now it looks like he took a shower, so he looks wet.
Yeah. He welcomed Jeff Jarrett to the ring, and Jeff Jarrett looks weird in a suit. Like, dude, come on, man, just come out wearing your freaking redneck shit. It's fine.
Yeah, wear your "Don't Piss Me Off" T-shirt.
I'm gonna be coming back to the WWE in the Royal Rumble in like 6 months.
Yeah, I'm sure Jeff Jarrett's walking down the ring thinking, you know what, I'm going to be in the Royal Rumble someday again. Yeah.
Be number 2 against Elias.
Yeah, and then get hit with a guitar. Yeah, that sounds like fun. Let's do that. So Jeff Jarrett says that he had a dream 15 years ago. The dream came true, and it has turned into something really special.
It got really popular and then really, really not popular.
And he says the audience has put groceries on the Jarrett table for many years, and he thanks the crowd over and over and over and over and over and over again. And then he says that Alberto Patron and Lashley have to bring their A game because they got to follow this show. And I was like, okay, it's not that good, but you know.
I mean, he believes it's the best thing that's ever been made. It's WrestleMania up, and it's been 17.
Whoa, okay.
Okay, you're wrong, but okay.
Okay, all right.
It's
so,
Slam 15.
I don't think they had, and then they had the video package. Again, they definitely deliver on the video packages. Goddamn, sometimes the video package is better than the matches, but say la vie.
Sometimes?
I'm just saying.
So we have the Impact World Title versus the GFW World Title. Winner takes all match. Bobby Lashley versus Alberto El Patron.
I'm sorry, Chris. Before you start the actual play-by-play, Jeremy Borash is doing the introductions for the both the competitors, and he labels Alberto Patron as the Global Force GFW champion. Thanks.
It's already Global Force Wrestling. Just say one or the other.
Global Force Wrestling champion. Thank you. Now we can move on. God damn.
So Lashley does a German to Alberto. Alberto does a backdrop to Lashley. Lashley does a forearm to a jumping Alberto.
That's racist.
Oh my god. Lashley hits Alberto onto the table, announcer's table. Lashley slams Alberto on the stairs. Alberto does a DDT to Lashley. Lashley does a neck breaker to Alberto. Alberto does a superplex to Lashley. Lashley does a powerbomb to Alberto off of the top rope since he was doing the 10 punches in the corner. Alberto does an arm breaker into the ropes to Lashley. Alberto does a backstabber to Lashley. Alberto does a tornado DDT and the cross arm breaker to Lashley. Lashley does a powerbomb to Alberto. Lashley does an AA off the top rope to Alberto.
Yeah, bury that super AA.
Of course, he kicked out, right? So I mean, whatever.
Bury it.
Alberto does an arm breaker and a super kick to Lashley. Alberto does his corner double stomp to Lashley. Lashley does the cross arm breaker to Alberto. Lashley does the spear to Alberto. Alberto spears Lashley through the ropes. And at the end of the
I
match,
did the same thing actually. I reacted like, wow, okay.
Alberto does a double stomp off of Brett's rope to Lashley to win.
You're not going to talk about Alberto's dad hitting King Mo in the dick.
No, I figured Albert will do that.
Albert's Lashley now, is it because he bald or is he because he's black?
Bald.
All right, so the finish. So how do you?
The fuck was that?
Yeah, like he did. So it took 3 double stomps where like Lashley gets himself stuck in the ropes for you to finally finish him off. Is that your plan for the match? And then it works. Like, wow, okay, he's a genius. What the fuck do I know?
That was a stupid way to end the match. I'll say that.
I'm wondering if the crowd, because I'm sitting there going like, huh, it's over. I figured it would be like a setup to the armbar, right? He's doing arm breakers the entire match, and he wins with a double stomp that he's already done twice.
Maybe that was the strategy from Alberto's dad and brother, Dos Caros and El Hijo del Dos Caros.
You know what I think Alberto El Cocaino learned? Is that the armbar wasn't going to work because when Bobby Lashley put the armbar on him, he's like, wow, this move actually sucks. He's like, I'm going to stop trying to use that.
And then he said, Paige here.
And the real's like, where?
How did you lose? Somebody screamed Paige here from the crowd and he got distracted.
Yeah. Dude, if Lashley was smart, he would have done that. He just like, he goes back to the truck. Hey, dude, when he's not ready to beat me, put up a Paige here bumper on the freaking Titantron. Do it. It'll be great.
Paige here? Oh, God, I got a restraining order.
Well, at this point in time, they're banging still, so there you go.
I know, I'm just saying, fucking... Probably had her locked in the fucking hotel room until the match was over.
So Alberto would have a jealousy fit and then fucking run away.
No, he'd probably be like, how the hell did she get out of that hotel room I locked her in?
Yeah, handcuffed to the freaking radiator, locked the door. How the fuck did she get out? What the hell?
Some of those stories are pretty bad, so I have to say it.
They are pretty bad.
All right, so this match was okay. The finish was a lot. I'm sorry. The match was better than the finish would have. I'm sorry. But what I'm trying to say is that the match was too good for the finish. Let's put it that way.
Well, yeah, because the finish was anticlimactic.
I was gonna say to your point of the hype package, they made the first match they had seem better than this match.
Yeah, and this is like what their WrestleMania nowadays.
Bound for Glory is, but
this is their SummerSlam.
Their SummerSlam, okay. But I will say this: the match was okay. I'm not going to shit on it. I mean, since there's certain things I didn't pick myself. I mean, it's not that these guys didn't go out and beat the crap out of each other because they certainly did. Okay, so throughout the match, Bobby Lashley is forever running into Alberto Del Rio and missing. The first one was when Bobby Lashley runs to Patron while he's up against the ropes. Patron ducks him.
The real
Lashley's
Patron.
Lashley's out of the Rumble. Okay. The second time, Bobby Lashley goes for a spear into the turnbuckles and Patron dodges. Okay, that's the second one.
Dodge!
By the third one, Bobby Lashley goes running again into Patron into the corner. At this point, I'm saying, stop running at Alberto Patron. Stop running into him. It's bad for you. Well, it happened 2 more times. After they get back into the ring, and we're going to talk about that suicide dive in a second.
Yeah, the one where he face plants?
Yeah, where they get back in the ring after that, and Del Rio's selling it in the corner. Bobby Lashley punches him a few times, goes to the other turnbuckle. Probably the first one, the one straight across. I think it's like they're in the middle of the ring, and he goes into the corner, and sure enough, what happens? Patron moves. Okay. Then it happens a 5th time. Jesus Christ! They stop running into him because but Lashley goes for another spear, and Patron catches him with a drop kick. Stop running into the man. What are you doing? What are you lost, you dumbass? God damn! Stop doing it. It happened 5 times. 5 Booker T's 5 times. There's points where they're like no selling.
Maybe he really is a Mexican jumping bean.
Something. King Mo and Dos Caras, man, they were annoying to me. I don't know about you guys, but every time they had their spots, the match slowed down. Even when he kicked him in the balls.
That's every match that a secondary person was out there for. Just kind of took away from the match.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, by the way, didn't King Mo shove Alberto Patron? Ding, 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 ding. Match over, by the way.
Rules. Well, no, I think the only reason why that doesn't count is because it's for the championships together.
It's a unification match. You're not going to have a disqualification unification match.
I know. I'm just nitpicking about that because it's the rules,
Rules? There were no rules in the show.
There was okay. So at some point, these guys are going back and forth, not really selling that much until later in the match when they're both just fucking tired from killing each other. After that superplex from Bobby Lashley, they both sold that really well. And I wrote down, thank you for the selling because it wasn't happening that much.
You got to love it. They sold the superplex, but they sold the super AA. It's great.
Yeah, come on, man. Be consistent.
It's a big FU for the super AA.
Do 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 do.
Do do do.
I think wrestlers should stop doing the submission moves where you're tied up in the ropes because it's so effing useless. You get 5 seconds, so what? Who cares?
Hey, they did that earlier, and they didn't even have a 5 count in the women's match.
Yeah, when Rosemary was doing it to Sienna, she could have just kept doing it.
Yeah.
He said that she had a 5 count, so she let go. I'm like, no, Earl Hebner wasn't counting. I don't know what you were hearing in your head.
That and Chelsea Green is trying to seduce Earl.
And then we get to the suicide dive. God damn, I thought he freaking he probably had a concussion, right? Did he?
He seemed fine, but he definitely smacked the ground real good.
He did.
I think it was fine, but because there was more.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug. Let's see. The Death Valley driver from top rope looked really good. If that's what it was.
That was the AA spot.
Yeah, that's the AA.
So that's the AA. Okay, never mind. I guess it's called attitude adjustment somewhere else. You can't say no names around here.
It was called the FU at one point too, but
Okay, so why did Bobby Lashley keep going after Dos Caras? Why? You can whip his ass. There's no point. Go back in the ring and whip friggin' his kid's ass. Go whip friggin' Patron's ass.
I think the reason why he wanted to hit Dos Caras so bad is because he wanted to piss off Del Rio to the point where he could catch him in his anger fit and fucking screw him over pretty much.
I guess.
That makes sense. Like, kind of like when Randy Orton would attack, or Edge even attacked Cena's dad. Cena got fucking pissed.
Yeah, it's weird because Alberto is a face here. One, I never really liked him in general, but he was still 10 times a better heel than he's ever been a face.
I agree.
Yeah.
You just look at his face and you go, that guy's a prick.
Yeah. I did like Bobby Lashley, like not letting Patron put the armbar on him because these arms are fucking huge. There's no way you're going to get a big dude, and then he reverses it into a power bomb. I thought that was a cool spot.
Yeah, that was nice.
But that's pretty much it. Other than the finish being like too sudden, this match was not bad. It was just the finish just hurt it, and little things here and there slowed the match down, like those cars and King Mo having to get their shit in for some reason. Why they were out there is beyond me. They're just useless in this match. They could have done better without them being there. Let's put it that way.
Oh man, Austin Dillon was at ringside for a match, and he did literally nothing. So I don't understand. They wanted to pay out some paychecks. That's what they wanted to do.
I was going to give this match a 7, but I lowered it down because of the finish to a 6.
I gave it a 6.5.
I gave it a 6. I actually really don't like either of these guys. Just in general. I kind of liked Bobby Lashley when he first debuted back in 04, like 05, 06 and shit.
05, no mercy, 05.
05 and 06. But I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe put him against Brock and I'll care.
If the finish was had a more of a, I'm gonna we see matches where the finish comes suddenly, but this is the main event. You got to get the crowd thinking, oh crap, here comes the finish.
Give the fans what they want.
Yeah. Oh crap, here comes the finish. Not oh crap, that was the finish.
It was. The match was fine to the finish. Like I said, it would have been maybe almost an 8, maybe if the finish had been great, but it wasn't. So 6.5 for me.
Oh man.
Yeah, then after the match, as if on cue, everyone walked out to the apron. They were within 2 seconds. It's like all those people knew their new Patron was going to win.
Here's the end of the match. Go 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 go.
Yeah, because Phantasma was out there, Jarrett was out there.
Karen, Jarrett was out there. Who else? His probably family members, probably the owner of the company, wherever that. Well, sorry, not owner of the company, the president of the company, or whoever that was. It was 10 people came out there.
That part was fine, but why did Del Rio have to get the win?
Yeah, it just happens.
The fans what they wanted, I guess. I don't know.
All right, Albert, what are your final thoughts on TNA Slammiversary 2017?
If there's ways you can take bits of matches and just watch those, this would be a great show. but it was okay. There's nothing wrong with it at all.
It'd be a great show, and it'd be an hour long.
Well, sometimes some shows should be an hour long, but they aren't. So
go out of your way and watch the Fatal 4-Way Tag match.
Yeah, I agree, 100%.
You can
watch the X Division match. I enjoyed the Full Metal Mayhem match.
I'd say watch those 3 if you're gonna watch matches off this show.
And if you happen to be Alberto or Bobby's biggest fans, maybe the main event.
Yeah, because their match wasn't bad. It's just the ending that took away so much.
I know. And if you happen to be the one person in the world who likes to have the fucking pre-recorded cinematic match, then maybe give this a shot because you'll laugh. At least you'll laugh, and that's about all you're going to get from it.
Yeah, no, that Jeremy Borash, Josh Matthews match will at least make you laugh.
I was going to say, unless you're the cousin that really hates those guys, if you're Josh Matthews' cousin, you really hate him and you want to laugh at him, you can just put this match on and be like, ha ha!
Thumbtacks.
But that's the weird thing about this show is that there's certain parts of certain matches that are great. Like you said about the finish for the main event, it's great until the finish. Or there's the women's match is horrible until the finish. The finish was weird, but it wasn't boring. Let's put it that way. It wasn't boring.
The finish of the women's match was what I call unique.
I would have liked it more if the commentary wouldn't have said the stupidest stuff they possibly could have said in that moment.
He would have liked it more had we saw Chelsea Green and Earl Hebner in the back.
No, just no commentary. No, dude, we don't need that young girl gets plowed by old man scene. We don't need that.
Or if you want to watch the whole show, do yourself a favor and mute the audio.
Yes, actually, I would have enjoyed the women's match a lot more if I didn't listen to the audio than maybe chuck pens across the house.
And come up with your own audio.
Multiple pens.
We will watch along, record it like we're doing it now, and then put it on YouTube and see how people feel about that card when it's somebody else is doing the commentary. I think that'd be something to do.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Just listen to us. We'll tell you what's up.
You know what would be hilarious? If like somebody like bought the Impact library and then hired like say Jim Ross, Paul Heyman,
Jim Cornette.
it's like Jim Ross, Paul Heyman, and Jim Cornette to like do all the show's commentary again and just replace the old commentary and see if they can somehow make it better.
Yeah. And if you're a football fan and you happen to be a Steelers fan, go watch D'Angelo Williams. He freaking knocked out of the park.
Or a Panthers fan.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I keep saying. All these matches have good things, but like you can watch certain segments of the match. Like,
And if you're a Packers fan, fuck you.
Oh, okay. That escalated.
Just go throw that out there.
Or if you're a Bears fan, fuck you.
The one match I won't suggest to watch is the EC3 James Storm match. Skip that one.
Yeah, EC3 sucks.
Yeah, so
Skip that one because the end was stupid.
Yeah, so I say go ahead and watch it if you want, but like watch the Lucha Libre tag match, the X Division match, and the Full Metal Mayhem match. I think it'll be fine.
Watch this show over last week's show.
The Fork in the Victory Road.
I can't wait. I saw you put that on YouTube. I can't wait to listen to it because I know we're just gonna freaking shit on it. I can't wait to listen to it.
Too many promos. This one had like 0 promos.
All right, well we're gonna end this out here.
All right, peace.
All right, guys.